Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another gear raffle and review. That's right, it's time to raffle and review another piece of gear. Today, we're going to cover a hammock by a new gear company called Pine Bark Outfitters. So, let's get right into it. All right there, guys. For all of you that are part of these raffles, that are patrons on the site, you're probably asking yourself, where is this hammock coming from? It's not, one of the gear goals that we have going on the website. And that's because it's a bonus raffle. Not only am I going to be raffling off gear that, we're funding our money together and getting this gear, I'm also scouring the web for new gear companies and otherwise gear that people want to get out there and get the people's eyes on them so that they can advertise their products. So Pine Bark Outfitters is a really new gear company, and they're offering a very select line of gear now, and they plan on expanding. And they were nice enough to donate a hammock to our raffle. So I'm gonna go over this hammock and we're gonna raffle it off to you guys. So that's really cool. So don't expect to just see the gear on the Patreon site raffled off here. I'm going to constantly be trying to bring as much new gear to these raffles as I possibly can. And always, after doing the review, I'm going to raffle it off to you guys. All right, guys. First off, one of the first things I noticed when I pulled this out of the box was, I tell you what, attention to detail for this new company coming out. I think I've got a picture of like the box it came in, and it was, wrapped in this paper and tied up with string. The pouch that it comes in has got their emblem on that. Your straps for around the trees are embroidered with, I don't know if embroidered is the right word, but have got their emblem on that. It's really good quality and professional product. I noticed that right when I pulled it out of the bag. I was like, these guys are legit, because they're a really new gear company, and I was kind of wondering what I was gonna get when I got the hammock sent to me. But as far as quality in the material and the stitching, from what I can tell, it's top notch. So as far as that goes, I was pleased with the way that the hammock came out of the package. First off, I want to just talk a little bit about camping with this hammock, or just camping with hammocks in general, because I was so new to the idea. It was great to be able to get out there, and let me tell you, if you've never tried camping with a hammock and you're always in your tent, give it a shot. It is awesome. I had a great time. Throughout this video, I've got some video that I took that I'll probably be throwing in there for you guys, but easy in setup, comfortable, and we didn't get a chance to camp in any rain, and it sounds like I was missing something, because I enjoy camping in the rain, but so it was all nice weather, and all in all, camping in a hammock was a lot of fun. It gives you the ability to set up in places that you wouldn't normally be able to set up in your tent, and it gives you the ability to, I was hanging out in this dead tree that overlooked the river. We went on a kayaking trip. It was really, really cool. So, as far as getting out there and trying hammocks, I was a little bit worried how comfortable it would be, and if this speaks for their hammock or hammocks in general, I thought it was actually very comfortable to sleep in the hammock. I didn't have a problem with tossing and turning and not being comfortable. I did use my Big Agnes sleep pad in the hammock, so that may have helped out a little bit. But all in all, this was I think it'd be a great piece of gear to have to expand from not just having a tent, but having a hammock around for for any kind of trip. All right, digging right into the package. It comes with these straps for the trees, and which are great because I've seen a lot of times in the woods, you see nails in trees and people wrapping ropes around and leaving stuff in trees, and hey, camping, leave no trace. And these things worked really, really well. Super fast to put up. They've got a chain of links on one end and then a hoop on the other end. So depending on the size of the tree, you're just looping your hoop through there, and boom, you're attached to a tree. And then you can take the hammock itself's got some beaners on it, and you can hook it into whatever one. So as far as setup and adjustment, it was boom, boom, boom. It was fast. I've got a video of it. I bet you I set this hammock up in less than a couple minutes. So yeah, when it comes to setup, the hammock worked great. Straps worked awesome. I did have, when I first set it up, and I was able to contact the guys over at Pine Bark, and I asked them, when I first sat into the hammock, you could hear some popping, and it sounded like the stitches were breaking, and I was nervous. And they say it's the stitches setting in. The first time, the first maybe 2 or 3 times you get in and out of the hammock, the stitches are setting in, and it's normal to hear that sound. I've never sat in a hammock before, so when I heard that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm breaking this, you know. And these hammocks are rated, I think, at 400, max capacity, 400 pounds. So I'm sitting in this thing going, I'm 180 pounds. There's no reason why I should be breaking this hammock, and I wasn't breaking it. But it was a little bit eerie to wait into a hammock and hear crick, crick, pop, 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 you know. So, but that was to be expected. Another thing that I liked about this hammock is the simplicity of, and this is probably another general statement about hammocks, but the simplicity of the piece of gear. You know, it's got 2 straps, 1 for each tree. It's got the hammock with 2 carabiners on the side. You pop them in the straps, and then you sit in it. The pack, the pull type pouch that it's in is actually attached to the hammock, so that while you're sitting there swinging, there's that little pouch there. You know, put your headlamp in it, your phone, camera, whatever, all of those little things that you may want to sleep with right beside, bug spray, you know, anything you want by you while you're sleeping, put it right in there. You know, I just like the simplicity of the hammock, and, you know, not having to have tent poles and stakes and stuff. Now, researching a little bit, I found out that you can go a lot deeper when it goes into hammocks and stuff. You can get more specialty, where, you know, you can winterize them, and you could have tie downs and, you know, rain flies and stuff like that. I was lucky enough to, when I went kayaking, that we didn't have any rainy weather. But, you know, for the base unit, when it comes to a hammock, they're very simple and straightforward, which I did like. All right, pros and cons. I would say a pro to this hammock from Pine Bark is price tag at $40. You are getting, from what I can tell, a really well-made, you know, quality hammock, as opposed to spending, you know, $20 on a hammock, and you don't know what you're going to get. Is it going to last? That kind of thing. Just looking at the stitching and stuff, this looks like this is going to last, and you're getting a pretty good quality product for $40. Is a pretty cheap, but, you know, price tag. But it's obviously a lot more expensive hammocks out there. Another pro would be, as far as it goes, hammocks are going to tend to be, unless you put a lot of extras into it, lighter than having a tent. So with a weight at just under 2 pounds, you know, you can't beat this in your pack compared to, you know, our tent was a couple, 3 or 4 pounds. So, you know, you're getting away with a nice light sleeping system on the trail with a hammock like this. One of the biggest pros, in my opinion, to using a hammock over a tent is just how quick and easy it is to set up. I'm gonna do a quick, like, side-by-side comparison to me setting up this Pine Bark Outfitters hammock against my buddy D setting up his tent, and we'll see who wins this race. A con to the hammock here, and it's not just, you know, to the hammock, but Pine Bark's being such a new gear company, they don't really have a lot of accessories. And with hammocks, if you want, this is great for, we just went on a kayaking trip, the weather was great, no rain, no nothing, this system worked great. If you're gonna do any camping where it's gonna be raining, you gotta buy a rain fly, and I don't think Pine Bark's the Outfitters is got any of that equipment in yet. They're starting to bring in more and more gear. But as far as I want to go winter camping, to winterize a hammock, you need an underquilt and stuff like that. So a hammock is not like a decent tent. You can go out and camp in anything. With this hammock, you're going to have to purchase some more gear to equip it for, depending on what kind of camping you're going to do. Another con for me was I really enjoyed, and on the AT we used an REI Passage 3 or Passage 2 tent as a 2-man tent. I really enjoyed the ability to store all of my stuff in a tent. And with a hammock, you lose that home, that structure. And we were on the trail for over 150 days. And being out there, it was so nice to have that security. I know it's not really secure, but I mean, to have that, this is my home, this is where this goes, this is where this goes, I put this here, I put my bag here, I do, you know, with a hammock, you don't really have that. This is just where you sleep. So it's kind of a downside to me because I liked having that home. Now, the hammock does offer still a place to put your stuff because of the ridge line. You can hook your pack onto it, hook your anything else you want to onto your hammock, and you can still have your whole camping unit there. And if you had a rain fly, you can make sure, you know, everything was still under the rain fly, but it's not the same as a tent. Now, there are some different types of hammocks out there, but as this particular hammock, it doesn't give you that same, for me, a warm fuzzy feel. Well, all right there, guys, that's gonna do it. I mean, if you guys are looking for a reasonably priced good hammock as a starter hammock to get yourself from your tent off the ground and in the hammock, I can't think of a better place to start. I mean, if you're looking for something a little bit more specific for, you know, if you're going to do a thru hike and you're wanting something that's ultra light, or if you're going to do some more, you know, 3-4 season camping, you know, this might be not what you want to get yourself into. Pine Bark doesn't offer a whole lot of accessories, you know, the rain flies and the underquilts and stuff. So, you know, if you're looking for something a little bit more versatile, you may have to, you know, look somewhere else. But when it comes to just getting yourself a beginner type hammock, something that's relatively lightweight and at a reasonable price, you know, this is a good one to start with.
That's true, but you that's the tent. The tent finished. Don't worry, I'll never put this on YouTube.
Don't put this on YouTube.
Well, okay there, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the raffle. And like always, guys, if you're watching this for the first time and you want to know how to get into these raffles, visit the Patreon site. I'll have a link or some button that you can click here. That'll take you over. For $1 a month, you get to enter in every single gear raffle I do. So, get on over to the Patreon site, get yourself entered in. But until then, guys, we are going to draw the winner of the Pine Bark Outfitters hammock. And that winner is number 9. So we go back down through here, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have Melvin McClinton. No, Melvin McClinlian. Clinlian. I'm saying that wrong, but Melvin, you are the winner. And Adrian Redgewell was one away. He's a guy that's been really helping out with this. And as I'm going up through there, I had to pass his name. Adrian, you were really close. But Melvin, you are the winner of a brand new Pine Bark Outfitters hammock. Congratulations. By the time you're watching this video, it is already on its way to you. Oh, wait. And thank you to Pine Bark Outfitters for donating this hammock to be raffled off. Thank you. This is a new gear company. Guys, go check them out. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for this video. I hope so very much that you've enjoyed it. And as always, you know, help me out. I am not a hammock camper by any means. I've slept in a hammock now for 2 nights. So if you know any more information on hammocks, let's open up the comments below for a conversation on hammocks, this hammock, other gear out there, or other hammocks out there, and let's learn more about it, because remember, these are just my opinion, and if you don't like it, you can go take a hike. Bye-bye. McClellian, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Melvin McClellian. That's gotta be it.